all of that was very intentional in the way that we set up Santa. And then the way that Lil Rel portrayed him, big, gregarious, in your face, playing hip hop while he's putting gifts under the tree. Like all of that stuff was specific to Rel Santa.
This project is great. Dashing Through the Snow, such a fun holiday movie. It's Miracle 34th Street meets Midnight Run. It's a holiday buddy cop movie, and I love it. Where did that idea come from?
First of all, I need you in the trailer. I love that. That is, you got the voice for it, you got the energy, and you got the great comparisons. I like it. I'm using that, man. I'm stealing it. The concept was actually brought to me. There's another producer that had this movie. It was set up at Disney. It had been there for a while, and they were trying to figure out how to actually execute on it, right? It needed some development work. It didn't have a cast. And I have been very fortunate to have worked on some projects similarly positioned in the past. Ride Along comes to mind. Straight Outta Compton comes to mind. These were movies that did not originate with me, but that I was brought in to help get over the hump, so to speak. So when this project was brought to me, I read the script and I said, wow, there's a foundation here for something that's really special. And we went to work. We rolled up sleeves and went to work, and Disney was very open and said, listen, make your version of the movie, go in, make the movie the way that you see it. Who do you think should direct this? And I brought in Tim Story, who's a frequent collaborator of mine, who's great. This is right in his wheelhouse when you talk about movies that are fun, that are for family, dealing with, a small ensemble cast. Tim does all that really, really great. And so we ultimately ended up with this non-traditional version of the traditional holiday movie.
And speaking of Tim, I think he did a fantastic job of making the film seem fantastical and have that holiday magic. What did Tim's directing style add to Dashing Through the Snow?
Tim's directing style was kind of a perfect fit for this movie. And I'll tell you why. Because he's a director that he's got a strong guiding hand. He's got a very good sense of exactly, how he wants every shot, every scene, every line of dialogue to play out. He's got it mapped out in his head. He knows how he wants to edit it, but he's not rigid about it at all. He works very well with comedians and people who have improvisational skills because he allows them to kind of find the rhythm and find the character on their own. And so in this movie, you're talking about Lil Rel, who's an incredibly talented comedian, and you're talking about Ludacris, who's an amazing improvisational, rapper in his other job and in his other life, but also a very, very strong actor. And so on set, Tim would allow them along with him to workshop the scenes and find kind of the rhythm of the scenes. And so that made him right for this. And he and I, having worked together so many times, there's a trust factor there without a doubt. He knows if I come over and give him a note, or if I got a thought about, adjusting or changing something, he trusts my instincts and I trust his. So that's what you want. You want to work with people that you trust. You want to work with people that have got the best intentions for the film at heart. There weren't any egos on this set. This was, just a group of folks rowing together in the same direction, trying to figure it out and trying to have fun. It's a fun movie. I hope audiences feel the fun that we had on set.
I think Tim does such a fantastic job of balancing like the family Christmas element with the buddy cop film. He does a tremendous job. Now, let's talk about Chris's character a little bit, Eddie, who has this traumatic experience around the holidays, around holiday time, and has a real disdain for Christmas. Tell me a little bit about his character.
Yeah, so Ludacris plays a social worker, interestingly enough. And it's important. We chose that as a very specific profession because we wanted to set up him as an empathetic character at the beginning of the movie. And you see that because he's a social worker that deals with people that have mental health, deals with people that may see the world a little bit differently. We see how that manifests very early on in the project. And it's interesting because this is a character who clearly loves people, right? We didn't want to set him up as somebody who just, I hate everybody. I want nothing to do with anyone. No, he is somebody who clearly cares about people. However, he does have this one sore area. And it is because of some childhood trauma where he just does not do Christmas.
Right.
It is the holiday that is his absolute least favorite. And so thus, this is his least favorite time of the year. He's somebody that is estranged from his wife. He's got an amazing little daughter named Charlotte in the movie, played amazingly by the young actress Madison Skye. And this year, he's got his daughter for Christmas. So he kind of can't hide like maybe he's done in the past by saying, oh, I got to work, because that is always his go-to. I got to work, I got to work, I got to work, when really he's running from this challenge that he has around his feelings for the holiday. Now he runs into the exact opposite, the person that not only does he believe in Christmas, but our Lil Rel Santa Claus believes in everything about Christmas. While Luda doesn't do Christmas, Lil Rel only does Christmas. And so that creates a very, very fun dynamic, and some things have got to be reconciled. And because the Luda character being a social worker who deals with people with mental health, well, you got somebody walking around, in contemporary society in a Santa suit and claiming that he can do all these magical things. You might think that that's somebody that maybe needs a little extra help. Of course, in our movie, it turns out that our Ludacris character is the one who could use a little bit of extra help.
I love that layer of the story as well, because I think it fits so well into the holiday spirit. Now, Lil Rel, he's so great as Nick. Tell me about what his version of Santa Claus kind of added to the mythology of Santa.
We've had a lot of Santas, right? I think that's the fun thing about Christmas movies. You get people that can do, filmmakers like myself can do their version of Santas. We wanted a Santa that was very, very specific. We wanted him to be, and I think you have to be these days. Right. There's so much content out there. I think we wanted, especially for this to resonate with kids, we wanted a Santa that, was very specific. And that was something that Lil Rel did a great job crafting this Santa. From his outfit, he's clearly a Santa that is non-traditional. He's got some swag. He's got the crazy looking beard. He rocks the glasses. He's got the fingerless gloves. Like, all of that was very intentional in the way that we set up Santa. And then the way that Lil Rel portrayed him, big, gregarious, in your face, playing hip hop while he's putting gifts under the tree. Like, all of that stuff was specific to Rel Santa. So one of the things we talked about very early on was this Santa cannot feel like any other Santa that you've seen before. And I think we accomplished that.
And like you said, Madison Skye was phenomenal. She's really the heart of the movie. But look, the movie comes out on Disney Plus this Friday, and I am here for it. It's a fantastic film. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really enjoyed this one.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your support.